Hello, everyone. It's Friedrich again with another turn resolution of this is February 12th, and this is another situation where I'm going to be presenting multiple days. I had some company this weekend, and it wasn't conducive to recording, so I got behind, and so we're gonna do a catch up with several videos. I think it's gonna be 3 combined, maximum 4, and we'll and it, by the way, to talk about this here, the I-1 looks like it's taken a beating nearby Pearl Harbor, so that's always nice. But anyway, um, and and then when we're done with that, we'll start talking about bringing it current. So yeah, unfortunately ran out of ammunition, but it was doing a bit of damage here, 4 hits. So I believe these are the destroyers that were upgraded to 6 ASW, and so they pack a punch. The Pickerel decides to take a shot at a destroyer minesweeper, and take some retribution shots from the escorts. So I'm not. Apparently, he ran out of ammunition too. Looks like they're pretty serious when they get into anti-sub action. Enough intensity to run out of ammunition. That notification there was the Don Jose, if I'm remembering the name of the ship, that was torpedoed a few days ago, in-game days. So some more anti-submarine action off the coast of Pearl. These little AMs are not designed to do a lot of damage. The part of the hope is, I think, well, I mean, if you can damage them with just one depth charge weapon, great. Otherwise, it's certainly wasting the submarine's torpedoes. So the I-15 misses, but it doesn't get attacked by our anti-sub action either. And this is an amphibious invasion of Tay. No resistance there, so that'll be a walk-in. Okay. So here starts the air operations with some spottings, our naval search and ASW search. Okay, the usual raid on Singapore. There's a lot of planes. We're just going to go ahead and move forward. And he takes several damage by anti-aircraft flak. We lose a couple of Buffaloes, well, damaged. So they're on the ground already. Nothing we can do about that. The runway and airbase is pretty beat up. And secondary or follow-up raid. And some more damage to the base, but I mean, those planes will be up and flying in no time, harassing us again. And raid on Bataan. From apparently 10,000 feet up. Oscars. Sweeping after the fact, okay? But here's over 100 bombers trying to see what they can do. Let's see what we can do in retaliation. 22 damage. That's a fourth of their sallies were damaged. So, but, you know, we take some hits to our base. Heavy cloud. I don't know the effect of that, but hopefully it helps. Okay. Skip some of these air raids. Not much to see on them, and they're mainly just beating up my runways, my air base. And I can tell you there's not much that happens on these turns. So, and all I'm doing, so there's not much to talk about for the actual orders and operations where I'm moving things around. Basically, all I've been doing is reinforcing some of the islands in the South Pacific and setting up, getting more buffaloes, the last remnants out of Singapore, shuffling them around to bases, either Rangoon or Batavia, somewhere in Java. Again, without knowing where he's going next, I haven't fully committed to anything with my air units there. And bombing of Cagayan, of course. More base hits. Okay, now Puerto Princesa is also being invaded. So, yeah, this is nothing. It's certainly not a fortress there holding. So, should be a cakewalk. So here's a bombardment attack on Bataan. And here I took no damage, damaged a little bit of his units. I wouldn't say no damage. It's quite possible, taking some fatigue and disruption. Here's Benkerlin. He's keeping us tied down, pinned down. Okay. So base expansions, not much happened that turn, although I wouldn't say the last few turns that things have been happening. With the fog of war, who knows there may be tons happening that's not being shown here. But as far as the actual action that we all saw, it wasn't much. Okay, and reinforcements in the form of several cargo ships. Got some air units, some more Australian brigades, and we will flip to the next turn and keep moving on. Okay, so now we're on to February 13. See what happens here. my thinking is on here that he took Tay without a fight that he would have taken anyways, but I'm not 100% sure because obviously we haven't gotten to the fight portion, the land combat portion of the turn. So I don't know how that works, but somehow he took it without, somehow he took Tay without having to fight for it. But that's not going to happen here with Puerto Princesa. Not, not yet anyway. Okay. And the daily cat and mouse around Pearl. Sometimes it's hard to tell which one's the cat and which one's the mouse, but hopefully we bag them all eventually. Not even a hit on that one. Okay, Buna. Getting close to Port Moresby here. I do have a squadron of P-40s at Port Moresby. They haven't gotten into action yet, but the time may come sooner than later now. Okay, nothing there. And we have a Mark 14 malfunction, of course. Okay. Yeah, just a lot of rattles. These destroyer minesweepers may or may not be the best at anti-sub warfare, but I like using them for allowing the destroyers to do some of the more important work, but I'm also trying to use, or especially around Pearl, I'm using some destroyers as well. Okay, another massive over 100 plane raid on Bataan. So they're not doing a lot of damage. Let's see, thunderstorms, that could be it. I will say I've run out of supplies in Bataan, so that's not good, I know. Okay. A lot of recon, naval searches, anti-sub, and I mean, I don't even know if it's worth talking about showing these submarines reporting hit because I'm not real. Yeah, I'm skeptical, let's just say. If it were true, that'd be great, but alright. More bombing of Cagayan. That little cargo ship that got attacked at Cagayan, that's actually dropped a lot of supplies. Hopefully feed the troops to fight on for a little bit longer. The longer we hold out, the longer his troops are tied up. Alright, we'll push through here. There's not much happening. I wish there were, but it's just, well, oh, we missed the hit. Well, yeah, this was not, well, it didn't make me happy, let's say. But they, we'll see. I believe there's some retaliatory hits on that row 33. The Quail does sink with one single torpedo. It's small. I picture it disintegrating almost from that torpedo. But here we are in a port hack, so I don't know where this sub can hide. So we're able to take our frustrations out on him, hitting him, damaging him with some near misses. Near miss, but hey, a damage is damage, right? So we got a fire in the control room. So if this doesn't sink it, which by the way, as of a couple days later, the 15th, I believe, or something, there is no confirmation of this sinking. So even if it's not, it's going to require some repairs. Although probably Rabal as well, where he'll take it, so it's not too far of a trip. Alright, so here is a deliberate attack on Bataan. Spoiler alert, it doesn't fall. He does reduce the fortifications, and he takes more casualties than we do. But I mean, it's not pretty. I'm not happy with my losses, and they will be harder to replace because I don't have the supply to put them back into action. This'll, I guess the attempt there is to soften it up a bit for a future attack. Now that he's gotten reinforcements there. And the usual end of turn activities, expansions, reinforcements, etc. La Foa, well, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that, but they're in New Caledonia. The hope is to get that up and running as a base and for potential future expansion and whatnot, and operations out of there. Okay, some cargo ships, base forces, all good stuff. I'll take it all. Some artillery units for Australia. So, yeah, I got some Soviet units, which will do us no good for now. Alright, I shall return. Okay. So here we are, February 14. What goodies do we have for us today? Alright, so the Don Jose, which has been limping to Surabaya, the Japanese I-121 decides not to waste any torpedoes at a damaged AKL light cargo ship, not worth a lot, already damaged. Why waste torpedoes, right? Okay, nothing happens there. not really any night action going on. But today brings different things. Okay, some damage here to the I-19. See these K guns, these are the 6 ASW rated destroyers patrolling outside of Pearl. Ooh, damage, control room flooding, nice. Not 100% sure if that's just system damage or what's happening there, but 3 hits total. Okay, some missed torpedoes. Again, one nice thing about this is, hey, shoot torpedoes at these DM destroyer minesweepers instead of some high value cargo ships or other, whatever else might be in the area. All right, Lasayan, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but there's an island just northwest of French frigate Shoals, and the idea is to set up another PBY base to keep an eye, even a closer eye on Midway. Okay, so here come the sweeps and bombing raids. Not quite 100 planes, but maybe they're coming in a follow-up or got lost or something. So some raids on Singapore, of course. Some more damaged by flak, even one destroyed. Some hits on my base there. Yep, follow up 30 sallies. Getting some flak hits in here, but just damage, which could result in something, but I haven't noticed anything. Not a lot of operations, not a lot of ops losses here. Okay, some sallies following up. About a third of them damaged. If that converted into ops losses, I'd be happy, but it just doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, maybe they sit and repair for a day or two, but another third, but it'd be nice if we could take some out. Alright, some Idas. They haven't, well, it doesn't help that I have severe storms, but these haven't really been doing a lot with their 30 kilogram bombs. Okay, so I should have read this about the level bomber. I should have looked at some of this stuff more closely and seriously, because in about a turn, I believe next turn, he surprises me with an epic raid on Luganville, destroys some of my ships. So I was not paying close enough attention. This supposed hit on a submarine, but yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But live and learn. Hopefully live and hopefully learn. Okay, here's a shock attack. He crossed the river here, which converted it into a shock attack. He hits my the remnants of my defenders out of I I don't know what this city is, but on their way to Ist, Ist, Osthafen. Anyway, they are. That's not even a speed bump, but I guess kind of it is because they hold. So hey, I'll take it. All right. So he tried a deliberate attack last turn and didn't succeed, so switched back to bombardment. Probably also he's disrupted and fatigued, but hey, I don't like the bombardment either. I could do without both. All right, he's gonna take Buna here. Yeah, nothing happening there as far as defenders. All right, this I'm not 100% sure what happened here. They didn't put up a fight and run away. Okay, I was wrong. They do that on the following day. Okay, which we will get to shortly. So, all right, they hold probably because of the fort level, but now it's 0. Also, we took some casualties, so much more casualties to our AV than they did, and that doesn't help at all. All right, this base force is not really, not even a, they're nothing. Well, they're enough to hold him one turn. In fact, wow, I just noticed, man, I don't remember some of this, apparently, obviously, but 6 disabled, 0 casualties to the base force. And already jumping into the expansions segment. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to talking about the next turn because of my failure hit there, but KB shows its face just northwest of Luganville. We will see that turn, and as well as a couple more bases fall. Fortunately, maybe all 4 carrier groups have kind of split up. I'm taking 2 back to the United States. I can't. He's not okay. I don't know for a fact, but from what I've known from so far in this game, my opponent, TF1377, he doesn't like to do things spread out and split up. He's very methodical, and he's got his KB probably combined until the end of the war. Because, so my take is, right now, let's go get upgrades, do the things we need to do to better prepare ourselves, and wait until we have some parity or something and can put up a fight. So there's no reason to stick around with my carriers in places where they'll just get sunk. I could do some raids, and that is something to consider. But for now, they're starting to head into different places to get potentially upgraded and ready for future fights. Well, I believe I have one more turn to show you, and then we'll be caught up. Be right back. All right, here's the 15th. February 1942. Again, my game against TF1377. Okay. I'm not 100% sure what that was. I can't remember if there's something, maybe a mine or something. I really don't know. So nothing happens here except for a couple of torpedoes missing. Okay, so I have the S-38 is patrolling here, trying to catch some tankers, hopefully, coming out of Palembang, but he's also doing some ASW patrols, and he doesn't like my submarine there, and he does a little bit of damage to it. I've checked since this turn was processed. It took a little bit of system damage. All right. I think the day we don't have any anti-submarine action around Pearl Harbor at all in a day's complete day's resolution, I don't know what I'll do. It'll be a shocker, that's for sure. So I have ASW, a small coastal, well, like a PT boat type thing action. They're just keeping an eye out for submarines up along the coast there. Not that he's sending submarines that way, but you never know. Yep, spotted enemy carriers. Definitely did that. Just wait till we get to the air phase. Okay, which we are. So, well, I say that, but we've had some spotting and some recon already. So, moderate rain, doing his thing at Singapore. Okay. The Nels are bombing these, I believe, I can't remember if, yeah, torpedoes. They do have torpedoes, and they miss these PT boats. Honestly, they're not doing anything crazy. The PT boats are seriously there to discourage invasion of Bataan. It's not really to mess around with his planes. That's not my goal. So, got some bombers hitting Bataan as expected. Anti-aircraft still firing and still taking hits to the base. Huge number of aircraft here. 82 Sallies. Let's see what we got. 2 destroyed by flak. I'm guessing more than that, but 36 damage. That's nuts. So, yeah. Alright. Follow-up raids on Bataan. And some Lilies hitting Singapore. Take out about a fourth of those. Well, damage, I should say. And the usual 12 IDA independent raid. Okay. And okay, so he comes probably from Tarakan, bombing. I think he's targeting my ships here. So I have some cap flying over Balikpapan, and they are trying to shoot down these Nels. Somehow they get around these 25 zeros. So we can just, yeah, we take out a Nel. Get some damage into his plane, into his bombers here before we break off. Well, he does get through. We'll just get past this. 8 of them get through. Okay. He does take out this coastal mine sweeper. Yeah. And we got some more buffaloes. Dutch and I believe British, Dutch and British buffaloes going after his Nels. So alright, we'll just cut to the chase here. So I can't remember the actual number when I looked at the statistics, but yeah, 7 Nels destroyed according to this report, 2 damaged. But yeah, we lose the coastal minesweeper, Marapi. Yeah. That might not be a big deal anyways. I'm not doing a lot of shipping out of, into and out of, yeah, here's KB. I'm not doing a lot of shipping into and out of Balikpapan. I've pretty much bled it dry, and I can't really afford to keep doing that. Yep, lost the Seagull 5. That was from one of our capital ships. Potentially hit a couple of submarines. So here he is again trying to sink these PT boats. Yeah, I don't have a lot of shipping there in the what is it, whatever, the Java Sea. So, all right. So this is ugly. We can watch it for a bit. There's not really a lot to see here. I mean, there's a lot to see here. I just mean it's gonna be a while, but we can sit here and see what happens. So mostly we lose our what's the word I want to say, cargo and transport shipping. Our warships don't take a lot of damage. Yeah. It's painful to watch. Yeah. I was not prepared. When I saw that Japanese level bomber the turn before, it should have been a clue and bug out of there. Man. I did get some more engineers dropped in Luganville. I don't know how much that's going to help, but hey, if it does help, maybe it was worth it. I don't know. I do have I mean, Alice, they get a lot of ships, but it's still not fun to lose any of them, especially these high value transports. And I don't know about the follow-up attack. I do have a submarine here. The follow-up attack, I don't know what it's going to look like this coming turn after when we watch the resolution there. That's going to be as new to me as it is to you watching. So, yeah, they, I lose them all, I believe. All right, let's get through this. There's see all these planes? It's non-stop. Okay, look at this. 153 Ks, 111 valves. That's nuts. This is nothing compared to what he did, the damage he did to my stuff. Okay, see these 3 hits on fire. Largely our combat ships aren't too badly beat up, but all these cargo and transport ships are sunk. The Glenorchy will sink, or it, it survives, but it has enough damage. It probably, the chances are it will it'll probably get chased down too. We lose some casualties because they weren't fully unloaded. And I believe that's off the Glenorchy. So anyway, yeah, that's not fun to watch, especially when I'm frustrated at myself for not noticing and getting out of there one turn sooner. Okay, so off Numea, we fight, or we're trying to chase down the I-168. Don't even find it. So I don't think we sink this ship, but hey, we got a torpedo hit in that's from a Mark 14 actually explodes. That I'll take it. All right, deliberate attack here in China. So we'll see how that resolves. Okay, so it's 1-to-1 odds because of the adjustment, because otherwise it'd be 2-to-1. And he takes heavy casualties. We take more than I'd like. These disabled will come back online, so it's kind of 6-to-6 with a destroyed gun, as the rest of this will come back. But hopefully it's enough, and I don't know how disruptor fatigued he is, but hopefully it's enough to slow down another attack, because his AV will be dropped by, the number here, roughly 150, 100, I don't know what, 175. I don't know, depends on what all these values are. But there again, we lost, several AV as well. Okay, so naturally he's going to attack us here on the road to Osthafen, and we surrender. We don't want any part of that. We're done. So there you go. We had apparently good leaders, but the troops were done. I mean, 1 AV, that's not going to do anything against 190. All right, back to the bombardment. Okay, check this out. Look how tiny this number, how much smaller this list is. So I believe he's going for just starving us slash waiting us out, trying to hit us with a smaller number of units, possibly pulling these guys back for sending them somewhere else. He may be tired of postponing some of his other adventures, and he wants to minimize what he's keeping in Bataan. So I'm not looking forward to seeing some of these troops in other theaters, but what can we do? We certainly can't stop him yet. We're in a bad way. We're on our back foot for sure. All right, Benkolin. And they capture it. Our troops run away toward Padang, I guess, up this road. So, yep. And here's Puerto Princesa. I believe he takes it this time. And I believe even my unit surrenders. Yep. So the base force held for 1 turn. That's the best they could do. I'll take it. Some of these situations where we hold for a turn or 2, it's kind of almost like, hey, that's better than I expected, so that's great. I'll not only take it, but I appreciate it, because any day of reprieve somewhere else is a gift. So some expansions, some upgrades. Gonna have hopefully reinforcements, and we'll wrap it up to bring us current with the latest turn resolution. That would be the 16th. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Uh, hope you enjoyed. I didn't quite so much, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Take care.